चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यां नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of God and Narayan, unto Narayan, she the supremest human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author, unto Srila Prabhupada, our loving spiritual master. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 4, verse 14. Is that right? So please repeat. Taya, by the goddess Durga. Abhihitam, the words spoken. Akaranya, by hearing. My eyesight is going down. Kamsa, Parma Bismita, was struck with wonder. Devikim, unto Devaki. Vasudevam cha, and Vasudeva. Vimuchya, releasing immediately. Prashrita, with great humility. Abravit, spoke as follows. Taya bikalam akarnaya. Kamsa, excuse me, my eyesight is down. Kamsa Parama Bismita. Anak nikal sakta hai to. Devikam Vasudevam cha. Vimuchya prasramito brabet. Yes. ये थोड़ा दूसरी Mataji. Translation, please repeat. After hearing the words of the goddess Durga, Kamsa was struck with wonder. Thus he approached his sister Devaki and brother-in-law Vasudeva, released them immediately from their shackles, and very humbly spoke as follows. Purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, founder Charya of Great ISKCON. Not great, but the greatest ISKCON, which is the only hope for the whole world. Otherwise, the whole world is gliding down towards the hellish condition. Kamsa was astonished because the goddess Durga had become the daughter of Devaki. Since Devaki was a human being, how could the goddess Durga become her daughter? This was one cause of his astonishment. Also, how is it that the eighth child of Devaki was a female? This also astonished him. Asuras are generally devotees of Mother Durga, Shakti, or of demigods, especially Lord Shiva. The appearance of Durga in her original eight-armed feature, holding various weapons, immediately changed Kamsa's mind about Devaki. Being an ordinary human, Devaki must have had some transcendental qualities. Otherwise, why could the goddess Durga have taken birth from her womb? Under the circumstances, Kamsa, struck with wonder, wanted to compensate for his atrocities against his sister Devaki. Om Ajnanatimandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pachane Nipse Ishwindavantipasha. What is that? So, devotees, brothers and mothers, everybody is welcome. Thank you for here in the temple for class, and all morning programs. Devotees, Kamsa was astonished that how Devaki gave birth to a Mother Durga. As Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, that demons are generally worshipper of Shakti and Shiva. Why the demons worship Shakti and Shiva? Why they don't worship Krishna? Because kamestastar hita jnana prapadante anya devata tam niyamam asthaya prakritya niyata swaya. Because demonic person are full of material desires, and this Mother Durga and Lord Shiva, they fulfill their material desires. As it is mentioned by Krishna, those who are full of material desires, rita jnana, their knowledge is gone. They lost their knowledge. Devotees, this is very, very important point by Prabhupada's mercy we should all try to understand. If me, you, he, she, if we have any material desire, doesn't matter what it may be, or means about Prakashanand Saraswati. He has control over his senses, but he was not able to control false prestige and false adoration. He was able to control the senses, but false prestige he was not able to control. When Lord Gauranga went to see him, Gauranga is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He paid his obeisances to Prakashanand and all the 10,000 followers of Prakashanand. See, Lord is teaching us by his own examples. Apani achari Prabhu Jeevere Shikhaye. We are puffed up because we are on the bodily platform, because of the too much sense enjoyment. Supreme Lord, in the role of his devotee, paid his obeisances and then washed his lotus feet and sat in a filthy place. Then Prakashanand couldn't contain, he got down from his very high asana sitting and he said, Shripad, why don't you come and sit with us? You are sannyasi of our sampradaya. Lord took sannyas in Mayabad school. He said, no, I am very low. So Lord's humility changed the heart of Prakashanand. So Kamsa was amazed how Mother Durga has appeared here. Devaki, she must be a great person. Why Mother Durga will appear from her womb? So demons, those who are after sense enjoyment, those who are after name and fame, those who are after anything of this material world, doesn't matter. Their intelligence becomes clouded. They cannot think properly. To understand the things as they are, it is very, very important for everyone to become a devotee of Krishna. Very, very important. Only devotion to Sri Krishna will give us the intelligence. Lord is mentioning in Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmanastu mam parth devim prakritim ashita bhajante ananya manaso gyatva bhutadi mabhyam. Mahatma, great souls. Lord is saying, those who are great souls, they come under the control of my divine nature. Devi. And who is the divine nature? Anybody knows? Yes. She's the Radharani. Bhajante ananya manso. He worshipped me without desiring anything else. Only Krishna. This morning, beautiful Bhagavatam, Lord Kapil Dev is mentioning Kapil Dev is also incarnation of Godhead. So, spreading of this devotion, very, very important. And Prabhupada's greatest gift to the whole world is bhakti, devotion. And we should all try to become ourselves devotees. Actually, to be a devotee is very, very rare. If I have put on this dress, put on tilak kanthi, I can't claim that I am a devotee. Unless and until my heart is changed. Once two devotees were fighting. And one mentioned to the other, you cannot offend a Vaishnava. It means he's claiming that he's a Vaishnava. Prabhupada immediately came to the scene, that you claim that you are a Vaishnava? To be Vaishnava is very rare. To be Vaishnava is very rare. Vaishnava means free from all material desire. Anna vilashata shunnam. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Anukullena krishnanu. Shillam bhaktir uttama. Vaishnava means no more material desire. And no more philosophical speculation. Jnana, karma. Karmis are condemned, Those who are fruity workers, those who are working some for remuneration, they are condemned in the bhakti school. They can't make any advancement. Devotion service to the Lord, which is the gift of Srila Prabhupada, devotion service to the Lord should be unmotivated and uninterrupted. And in India, why people don't go to the temples? No devotion. And pujari is ringing the bell, or somebody will come and offer something. I will take care of my family, feed my family. He has no devotion. There is one temple in India. It was made by one, the wife of a, what do you call, king's, what do you call that, king's mantri? What do you call it in English? Minister. Very beautiful Radha Krishna temple. It's in a village. We went to see. And Krishna and Radha for a torn cloth. I asked the pujari, when you change their dress? He said, once a year we change the dress. On Janmashtami. Once a year, deity's dress is changed. Means people lost. Prabhupada. Why Prabhupada temples are so attractive? Because we are trying to be a devotee. And we should not conclude that I am a devotee. No. To be a devotee is very, very rare. So India, temples, nobody goes there. Big temples are empty because there's no devotion. When there's no devotion, remember this, then there is no emotion, no bhava. No emotion, only commotion. You know this? Problems. Because no emotion, only commotion, and there is no promotion to the spiritual world. And everybody should remember this notion. Little poetry good, huh? So devotion is very, very important, We can only behave properly, we can only think properly when I am trying to serve Krishna without desiring anything in return. How can I can understand Devaki and her husband Vasudeva? How he can understand? He is a demon. He is a demonic person. He is afraid of death. Whereas devotees are not afraid of death. I was told one happening in Calcutta by Brahmananda Prabhu. Those days there was this Naxalite movement going on in Bengal. They were killing the rich people. And Prabhupada's Pandal program was there in Calcutta. And certain letter came to Srila Prabhupada, don't give this program. Letter came to Prabhupada. And so many people were invited. So many people came also. But Srila Prabhupada didn't stop going there. He went. He knows. Rakhe Krishna mare ke. Mare Krishna rakhe ke. If Krishna is our protector, who can kill us? And Krishna wants to kill us, then who can protect us? There is a vivid example of Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India. Biggest security of the country is with the Prime Minister. Thousands of security people. Thousands, not 1, 2, 3. And her security man killed her. Security man killed her. Because there was no protection from Krishna. So Prabhupada, the pure devotee, is not afraid of those Naxalites. Prabhupada went and gave the lecture, and they came with the guns, but they couldn't do anything because they were not permitted. And moved little and went back. Brahmananda was there, he told me this. So, we can only become fearless when no material desire. This is material desire, especially sense enjoyment. Especially attachment to a fair sex makes us fearful. This lust makes us, because the bodily platform, I am thinking of this body, that's why I am trying to enjoy the body. But the spiritual life begins from here. I am not the body, I am a soul. And I am a part and parcel of Super Soul Sri Krishna. And devotees, like Srila Prabhupada, totally on the transcendental plane, is not worried for anything. No fear, no worry, no hurry, no fear. All the time, properly situated, equipoised, I have noticed in Prabhupada's case several times, I have seen him all the time in a transcendental mood. Once in Vrindavan, 1975, when I was, though I was not qualified to be a servant of such an exalted Vaishnava, but he gave me the opportunity to be personally with him. So, what happened? Prabhupada usually used to take rest about 9:30, 10. This evening, he took rest a little earlier and asked me to give him massage. I was massaging him, and then generally Srila Prabhupada used to fall asleep while we were massaging. And then while massaging, I was also feeling sleepy. I didn't like this, Or you feel tired? Okay, go and take rest. So, 10 o'clock about, I came out of Prabhupada's room, upstairs, Vrindavan, preparing my bed. It may be 10, 10:15, 10:30. So what I found, inside Prabhupada is sitting on his desk and translating the books. Whole night he was translating. For some reason he called me inside. I said, Prabhupada, you didn't take any rest practically. You're sitting here whole night and you're not feeling well. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Navayukandar, sometime you will be okay, sometime you will be sick, but in all circumstances, you should keep on serving Krishna. That is to your eternal credit. Pure devotees, they don't care for anything else other than serving their Lord Sri Krishna. And devotees' sickness, it happened in 77 when Prabhupada was very sick, and from Mayapur we came to Calcutta, then from Calcutta to Bombay. So Prabhupada was sitting in his new quarter in Bombay. So I thought, first place, I had no doubt that Prabhupada is an ordinary devotee. I was fully convinced he is a devotee of very high stature. But then, my foolishness, I was thinking, pure devotee should not be sick. Why Prabhupada is sick? So I asked this question, Prabhupada, why you are sick? He can sense what I mean. So because of you I am sick. Very emphatically he said this. I have taken so many disciples. That is true. Because of you I am sick. Then I understood. So devotees, they don't have their own sickness. They take our sickness, they take our karma. Otherwise, unless or until we are relieved from the bad karma, we can't chant Hare Krishna. It's very difficult to chant Hare Krishna. So, devotee sickness is, they take because they are very, very compassionate. Krishna also take our karma, like Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman paritajye mamekam sharanam breja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha shami ma shucha. Give up all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. And what I will do? I shall deliver you from the reaction of your sinful action. Do not fear, do not worry. Ma shucha. But I am so foolish. I have no time to surrender to Krishna. But I am very busy in gratifying my senses. No time. So, Prabhupada mentioned that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He take our karma and there's no question that his body will suffer. But spiritual master, when he take the karma of a disciple, there is effect on his body. But I have noticed this. Srila Prabhupada's consciousness was super. Beautiful consciousness. Last days, when my GVC came, Brahmananda was my GVC, he entered to his room, Vrindavan. Prabhupada, first question asked him, where is Navayugendra? The Brahmananda was surprised. Navayugendra is a small fry. And Prabhupada is asking of him. He said, Prabhupada is in Africa. Then he kept quiet. So then I was sent a telegram, you come, so I came. So what I saw, Prabhupada, only bones, no muscles. Even in that kind of situation, the bones hurts the body so much, And in that situation, he was translating the books. And translation was going on, Brahma Vimohan Leela. And you read that translation, it's so touching your heart. Jayadvaita Brahmachari that time, and Panditji was there. And Prabhupada asked Jayadvaita, how's the translation in this kind of situation? Jayadvaita said, Prabhupada, it is perfect. And I read that is small Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Read that, so touching to the heart. Conscious is super, because he was above the bodily platform. He was not on the bodily concept of life, he was not on the bodily platform. He was always with Krishna. As it is mentioned by Srila Narottam Thakur, Tomar Hirde Sada Govinda Visharam. Govinda reside in your heart. Tomar Hirde Sada Govinda Visharam. Govinda Kohene Mora Vaishnava Pran. And Govinda says also, Vaishnavas are my life. When we remember Govinda, we don't remember, we are lost. I'm talking about myself, I'm lost in the material world. But when pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, when they remember, what is the goodness in pure devotees? Why we feel great? In the association of Prabhupada, why we used to feel great? Once in Bombay, Srila Prabhupada was giving his darshan. And I picked up the peacock feather fan and started fanning Prabhupada. And I was feeling wonderful, while fanning and in his transcendental association. Then what happened? The temple commander came evening time. The Prabhupada know these people should go to the evening arti. Prabhupada said yes. Everybody started getting up and going down to the stairs. I thought, I also have to go, but I didn't want to go. But temple commander was a little rascal, He was standing at the door. When everybody went down, I knew that he wanted me also to go down. He said, hey, tum bhi, chalo. You also go. Then I was down, he was up. He's the temple commander and I have to go now. Leave Prabhupada's wonderful association. Immediately Prabhupada interrupted. He said, no, he can't stay here, let him be here. When he said he can't be here, then I was up and the temple commander was down, And me and Prabhupada, so wonderful, Nobody else enjoying his transcendental association. So what was there? What is the transcendental about? Because pure devotees are always thinking of Krishna. But sometimes you go to a person and you feel bad. Oh, I should get out of here, The person has bad vibrations, he's thinking of nonsense and stupid things, and you don't feel comfortable in his association. And pure devotees, because Govinda is in their heart. Krishna is always with pure devotees, and one feels great. So, Kansa was a rascal, he was a demon, and he was not able to understand the things, how Mother Durga has appeared, and he was afraid when Mother Durga spoke this, you rascal, you're trying to kill me, your killer has already taken birth. And he was wondering. And then actually demons cannot think properly. And there is a saying in Sanskrit, Vinash kale cha vipreet buddhi. Means when somebody's, destruction has come, vinash, means he will be destroyed, finished. Then his intelligence won't work. He cannot think properly. Vipreet buddhi, his intelligence will be against him. Krishna won't have to do anything. His intelligence, because of his sinful activities, his intelligence won't work and he will act foolishly and get killed, like Kamsa is doing that. So Kamsa was a fool because he was not a devotee and he had given trouble to another one very important point. When Hiranyakashipu was giving a hard time to all the devas, with Brahmaji, they all approached to Brahmaji, all the devas, all the demigods. They came to the Shwet Deep and prayed. Brahmaji prayed. And there was a sound in the sky. I know all of you are in difficulties. This demon is giving you great trouble. But I want to kill him now. He will have a son who is going to be my devotee. When he will bother his son, then only I am going to kill him. So when we trouble the devotees, we should think that my destruction has come. But they can't think properly because they are demons. Hiranyakashipu couldn't think. So Hiranyakashipu tortured his son so much that then the beautiful incarnation, Lord Nrsimhadev, appeared and killed this demon. So intelligence will only stay proper and screw will stay tight in our brain department when we are trying to be a devotee. We are trying to elevate ourselves to the soul platform. We are not no more on the bodily platform. We are not thinking of this body, but we are thinking of Krishna. Then only screw will stay tight and we will act properly, we will behave properly, and we will be under the protection of Mother Radha. Mahatma Nastu, we will be a great soul. Mahatma means a great soul. Devim prakriti mashita bhajante ananya manso gyatva bhutadim abhyam. So, all of you are Mahatma, but you have to become more Mahatma, more great Mahatma. How all of you are Mahatma? Because you are trying to be a devotee. But more Mahatma means we become pure completely. Though I am in this body, I am in the garb of a sannyasi, but I have some dirty thoughts in my heart, then nobody can see, but Krishna is sitting there. He is watching me. I can't hide anything from Krishna. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hirdeshe arjuna tishtati brahmyan sarva bhutani yantra rudani maya. He is sitting in the heart of everyone. So Mahatma means was free from all dirty thoughts, no more what you call sense gratification. He is not working for to satisfy his senses, but he is working to satisfy the senses of Rishikesh, Sri Krishna, and he is glorious. Thank you very much, and all glories to great Mahatma Srila Prabhupada. Any question, any Mahatmas, any question, please? Yes, Bhrigupati Ji Maharaj. Yeah. Yeah. You are a little quick here.
I'm trying to, just a little clarification. You mentioned how the spiritual master suffers due to the activities, sinful activities of his disciples. But did you go on to say that even ordinary devotees will suffer for the sinful activities of the people they're associating with? That we
ordinary devotee.
Yeah, no, in other words, like say for instance, I'm not a
generally
spiritual
those who are advanced devotees.
Say it again.
generally those who are advanced devotees, pure devotees, they take the sins of their disciples.
Okay, but what about, they don't take the sins of people who are not in a formal relationship with them of initiation, right? And the only time you're taking sinful reactions of somebody is when you're in that formal relationship, right? Of you're the initiating spiritual master and they're your disciple. Other circumstances, it doesn't happen. That's always been my understanding, but maybe I'm not understanding it properly.
What do you mean other circumstances?
In other words, like say somebody's an advanced devotee and they're, giving instructions to some other devotees in the temple, okay, and then that person is engaged in some sinful activities. There's no transference of karma in that relationship.
Not that, only in the case of initiation.
Only in the case of initiation. Okay, thank you.
There's mention in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Diksha kale kare bhakt atam smarpan, sei kale kare Krishna atam sam. At the time of initiation, devotees surrender. And then Krishna make him like himself. But it's according to our surrender. Our surrender is not complete. You understand?
I had a question regarding the 10 offenses that you were mentioning during the ceremony. And,
but you have to ask the question according to the subject matter, what we discussed just now. That question can be asked outside. Question should be on the subject matter, what I spoke. Any other question, please? You have a question? Give him the mic. Yeah, no?
No question. I'm taking the mic.
Who said he's fully surrender? Swaz said fully surrender. Is fully surrender? Very good. Okay. Oh, this question by horrible question here.
Just one question that I haven't thoroughly studied Srimad Bhagavatam, but I read it over once. And I thought in one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada mentions how the king or the ruler takes a fraction of the sinful activities committed by his dependents or the people that he's ruling over.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, does it extend if you're responsible for somebody, you're their authority figure, or like for example,
Just mention, you're talking about the rulers,
Yeah.
It's mentioned Tapo Raj, Rajo Nark. Sanskrit means, after performing great austerity, one becomes a king. After becoming the king, he gets the hell. Because if he's not ruling properly, then hell is waiting for him. He has to take the reaction of the karma of his citizens. King has to be very, very pious. Raj Rishi, before king used to be the saintly kings. Nowadays, demoniac everything.
That's a follow-on from my question. So is that just the king?
Huh?
Is that just
That is king. And no, this king and it's mentioned that a king has his priest. Priest take the reaction of the karma of a king. It is also mentioned. Priest take the reaction of the karma of the king. And spiritual must take the reaction of the karma of a disciple. Okay? All right? Hare Krishna! Louder. Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Ram! Hare Ram! Ram Ram! Hare Hare! Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki! Shri Shri Rukmani Dwarkadhish ki!
Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Haribol, Bhrigupati. You wanted me to give class
Oh, yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah, yeah. Can you do something?